OK, there you go.
OK.
Cheers.
On a recent visit to the Liverpool team's training ground, I went in goal and saved a penalty from Mo Salah.
You all know who Mo Salah is, right?
Yes.
Right.
I don't.
Well, he's a footballer for Liverpool. A very good footballer for Liverpool. In fact, so good, I would fancy his chances of scoring a penalty against anybody, and Chris has saved it. So, Chris, I know you want David to carry on with this, but you're going to have to take over now. So what were you doing at... Was it at Anfield, did you say?
No, it was at training. They've got, like, a charity foundation. And, you know, obviously, being somebody from Liverpool fan, I was invited along to do some work with them.
So how did you end up in goal?
Well, because, obviously, it's funny, isn't it? You know? And people at home might know this, but I'm a comedian. We just thought it'd be funny if I was in goal against literally the best player in the world.
Did he give you a clue?
I mean, he hit one down the middle, and I stayed in the middle.
Did he hit you full on in the face?
No. I kind of put my hands up, but I didn't move.
You had no clue he was going to do that?
We did a few penalties.
Oh, what number penalty was this? 648. Day 7.
We took 5 penalties. One of them I stayed in the middle. And coincidentally, he hit it down the middle and I saved it.
And did he score the other 4?
Of course he did. He's Mo Salah.
If this is false, that is so funny. You know when something's so funny that you can't laugh?
That's what I tell myself on some gigs.
So it's either true or he's a really good comedian.
I think it's probably true. Right, Lee, what do you going to say as team captain?
I'm torn here, because he would definitely, particularly post-Strictly, be invited to the Liverpool training.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. What bit about this aren't you getting, though, Lee? What's not selling it for you?
The bit where you said that you saved a penalty against Mo Salah.
Come on, then. Time to go for your decision.
You think it's true?
True.
Go on, we'll go true.
They're saying it's true. Chris, was it true or was it a lie?
Don't know where my buzzer is.
Wait, we changed our minds! Let's have another go.
It's a lie.
Oh, my God.
Right. Read that for us, mate.
Oh, you're so show busy. Read it yourself. I once offended a member of a heavy metal band when I told him his metal wasn't heavy enough.
OK, what was the heavy metal band?
Well...
You can say, well, I don't know the names of any heavy metal bands, so just say anything.
Nor do I.
I'm on the radio, so I might.
Oh, right, OK.
I might.
Error type 11.
Oh, no. We don't play them on radio, too.
All right.
When was this, Chris?
Oh, this was maybe 20-odd years ago.
Right.
And how did you encounter the band Error Type 11?
I went to watch them.
Right. Because you were already a fan?
No. Yes. I thought I was.
So how had you heard of Error Type 11 in order to go to one of their gigs?
I had the album. I went to a concert, and I was expecting them to be really quite heavy, and they were quite whiny.
Oh.
So, hang on, so you're not talking about literal metal?
It's a genre of music, David.
I know it's a genre of music.
It's a very loud, thrashy metal.
I wondered whether there might have been some sort of play on words within the assertion. But
I thought you were joking. That was a genuine question.
I thought there might have been some circumstances where, I don't know...
They were carrying some metal.
Maybe.
And he had a chance to hold it and then say, I thought your metal was going to be heavier.
OK, so
Chris... What scenario would that happen?
I'm going to tell you.
Go on, then.
Chris is sharing a flat with someone who's in a heavy metal band many years ago.
Right.
And this person has to go and buy some saucepans for the flat. And then the saucepans are of insufficient quality for Chris's needs. And one of the problems, one of the signs of that is, unlike, say, a Le Creuset, this is a very light saucepan. It's not heavy enough. And Chris finds that hilarious. The idea that this heavy metal musician has bought stupidly light metal for a domestic context. Now, that would be an anecdote. But what happened is you had bought the album and were disappointed.
Well, they weren't as heavy as I thought they were going to be. And I mentioned this to one of the band members in the interval.
In the interval? I've not been to many gigs. But, so there's an interval, and an interval in which it's possible to mingle with the band.
They had an interval, and they came off the front of the stage to the bar.
To chat.
To get some drinks.
All right.
Basically, it wasn't the band I thought it was.
So it wasn't Error Type 11?
So the band I saw was Error Type 11.
But the band you'd hoped to see was...
Eyelid.
Eyelid. Okay. And how did you manage to buy tickets to an Error Type 11 concert when what you'd wanted was tickets to an Eyelid concert?
Because I had the CDs in the wrong cases.
So you had been listening repeatedly to Eyelid's music and attributing that music to Error Type 11.
Yeah, and the other way around.
Did they have similar album covers then? Eyelid and... What's it called?
Error Type 11.
I mean, I don't know if anyone's mentioned this, but I'm blind, so...
This is a bit awkward because I don't know if anyone's mentioned it, but so's Catherine.
All right, David, what's it going to be?
True?
I think true.
I think it's a lie.
Well, the thing is, the specifics. If he was making it up, he wouldn't have said that a band member came down during the interval. He would have made up something better. So we're going to go true.
They're saying it's true. Chris, they think it's true. Was it true or was it a lie?
It is true. All these years, I have been pretending to be blind. If only. Lee, would you read that for me, please?
Every night, I use an unusual technique to make sure I wake up on time in the morning.
Ooh. All right, David's team.
OK, so what is the unusual technique?
The usual way of making sure you wake up in the morning at the right time would be to set an alarm clock.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I've heard of that.
OK,
So, and you do something different. Well, we don't need to know what. I think we'll go true.
What I've done is I have trained my brain to wake itself up...
No, you haven't.
...at the right time.
By doing what?
When I'm lying in bed, I will bang out the time on the pillow with my head...
Right.
...saying the hours for the time that I want to wake up.
Yeah.
And that subconsciously programs the time.
Chris?
Yes.
Are you all right?
And how accurate is this?
50-50.
Where did this idea come to you from?
I read it in a book.
What was the name of the book?
The book was called Last Man Standing. It was a fictional book, David.
It was a fictional book from which you were taking lifestyle tips.
Well, do you know when you read something and it sticks in your head as an idea to try?
This may help you, David. Give us a demonstration, if you would, of the severity of the headbang. You're settling down at the end of the night.
OK, Lee, I'm going to turn around a bit and use you as a pillow.
All right.
Oh, so I'm in
Put
bed.
my arm there, yeah.
Oh, my pillow's firmer than that. So I want to get up at 7:30 in the morning, so I'm like, I go 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and if I want to get up at 7:30, I go 7:30.
I don't know whether you've got a partner or a wife or somebody who shares a bed with you.
He used to have a wife, he headbutted us to death.
Is there anybody else in the bed with you, Chris?
So I mean, I tour a lot.
So some nights yes, some nights no.
I tour a lot, I'm away a lot, but when I'm at home, I do have a wife. I mean, I have a wife all the time.
What are you thinking, David's team? Alex, what do you think?
Oh, it's so unbelievable. It's believable.
Yeah, and also I do think that if you tell yourself you need to wake up at a certain time, the chances of waking up then are higher than you'd think. It's not totally random.
Well, let's give it a go tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
You make it
realise
sound
we were
as
gonna-
if you're sharing a bed. So I think you're saying it's true.
Well, are we happy to say true? Yeah, I think we're going to go with true.
OK, Chris, they think you were telling the truth. Were you, or was it a lie?
Everyone will be trying it tonight. It's true.
Yes!
When I used to go out drinking, I would often hide a sausage roll in a tree near the pub so I could have a tasty snack for the walk home.
Lee's team.
Why couldn't the sausage roll come in the pub with you?
If I did that, then the chances are I would have ate it during the night. And the idea is that it was a tasty treat for the walk home.
Oh, so to avoid temptation.
Exactly.
Did it start off hot?
No, it was always a cold sausage roll.
OK.
Because they come completely sealed.
It's not a nice one, then, from a freshly baked. It's a horrible one in sealed plastic.
If we spent all evening in a tree, it's not a nice one, whatever.
That was my point, because I pictured it in a brown paper bag, and I thought, well, the squirrels, the pigeons, the other birds...
The squirrels, the pigeons and the other birds? You mean the squirrels and the pigeons and other birds? It sounds like you think a squirrel is a bird.
No, not at all, not at all. Squirrels, I'm very clear on what squirrels are, I always have been. But I'm saying the squirrels, the pigeons, and then I thought, I'll list some other birds. I thought, no, we haven't got time for that.
It's a shame you didn't feel like you didn't have time after the squirrels and just ended at that.
It's not just squirrels, is it, Lee?
No, there's other birds as well.
There are other birds.
Was it always the same place?
Yeah, so on the way home, there was a corner with a nice, thick kind of bush on a low wall, and I'd kind of shove it in there.
Did you ever get a situation where you were walking a nice lady home and it was all going very well, and then you got to the bush, reached in for your sausage roll, and that sort of ended that romance?
If that would have ever been the situation, I think I would have let the sausage roll go, mate.
Were you not concerned about insects in a bush at night time?
And not just insects, other birds.
I was, to be honest, which is why I used one of the ones in the pre-sealed plastic.
So, Chris, would you ever, late at night, reach into the bush and find it to be a bit manky?
Oh, keep it light.
Oh, Lee, no. I'm not having that. These people haven't travelled all this way for you to twist things around. Did you ever reach into the bush and think, oh, this doesn't feel right? Did you ever reach into the bush and think, someone's been here before me?
How far is the walk from the pub to the sausage roll?
Oh, well, the walk home was about 15, 20 minutes.
And where did the sausage roll come in? Halfway?
No, it was about 5 minutes.
5 minutes in or 5 minutes from home?
5 minutes from the pub.
So you could do the 5, but you couldn't do the full 20 without a sausage roll?
5 minutes from home, you could have put a pudding.
Well,
Just something simple, like a penguin.
Yeah. Hey, and other birds.
So what are you thinking? Now, Josie, how does this strike you?
I don't know how anybody would leave a bit of food behind. That's the...
Stephen, is this something you would ever consider doing?
I wouldn't do it. And I think if you had a 15-minute walk home, you probably could have gone past a shop.
All right, so what are we thinking, Lee?
Lie.
It's a lie.
I think
it's a lie.
He's lying.
So, they think it's a lie. Chris, was it a lie, or were you actually telling the truth?
It was a lie.
Yes!
Well, as people know, I'm blind, so please be my eyes, Davy boy.
OK. I once had to call 999 for a woman who couldn't speak English. Unfortunately, I couldn't see what the emergency was, and she couldn't describe it.
Please, Steve.
How long ago was this?
This is going back quite some time, Caroline.
Yeah.
Let's say 20 years.
Were you with her, or was this a stranger?
No, this was a stranger. I mean, she literally didn't speak any English.
What noises was she making that led you to believe she needed help?
I was walking along, minding my own business, when from out of a house, a woman came screaming and grabbed me, and she dragged me through the house into the back room of the house, and in the room there was a massive hole
To be honest with you, Chris, this just sounds like a Tinder date, to be real.
I could see a little bit back then, just to give you some context. So my eyesight has deteriorated. So there was a massive hole and there was a stepladder on its side, and I deduced that someone fell off the ladder and went through the hole.
Had the fall created the hole, or was the hole already there?
Well, then it'd be in the shape of the guy.
That's true. Very good point.
That is right.
I forgot about the rules of Tom and Jerry.
So I phoned 999 and I explained to the person on the end that my eyesight was very, very poor and I wasn't able to tell what was at the bottom of the hole. And so the person asked on the phone whether I was with anybody that could see who was at the bottom of the hole. And I said, yeah, but you're not going to believe this.
So what happened?
I said I'd imagine what you need is a fire engine and an ambulance.
And also, I guess you didn't know the address.
I told her, I don't know the address, but I can tell you to get here from the Waitrose. She suggested that I take the foreign lady outside to the road sign and see if I could get her to spell it for me. And so through a series of enthusiastic mimes, I managed to gesture to her that I needed her to read me the letters on the road sign.
Could you recreate the mime with David as the distressed woman?
I'm doing a distressed face.
Oh, well, that helps.
Yeah.
So I gestured down that I can't see the road sign. You have to read the road sign and me. So she said, B, and I'd say to the lady on the phone, B, and I'd say, I think that was an E. I'd go,
You'd accidentally stood on her toe.
We got through the road name, and she was able to send the fire brigade and the ambulance to the right road, and through some miracle of human biology, he was still alive after all the time it took me to get to the bottom of this problem.
Caroline, what are you thinking?
It's not adding up for me. If someone comes shouting at you, you just run past. Someone else will sort it out.
And how long have you been working with the Samaritans?
I think it's a fake story, this. On account of this. I can't think why the fire brigade would have any kind of kit that dealt with, descending into an abyss. I mean, they usually go from the ground up. They've got ladders.
I do think, John, it's possible to take a ladder... and I don't know if you can get your head around this, but put it down...
I can't see it. How would that... I can't see that.
John, if you think that the fire brigade isn't equipped or indeed willing to deal with crises that happen below ground level, what emergency service is?
Yeah.
Is there a fourth one?
Mountain rescue.
Mountain rescue.
Mountain rescue.
Thank you.
On the contrary, they're even more obsessed with upwardsness.
No.
With a mountain rescue, we never go down.
No. There's no point going up there and going, we've saved you, but you can make your own way back down. So you're saying lie.
Lie.
They're both saying lie. I'll go with my teammates.
You're going to go with the team?
Yeah.
They're saying it's a lie. Chris, truth or lie?
I honestly had to get her to spell the road sign out to me, guys. True.
Wow.
OK, well, I'm still blind. Neither of my PPIs work. Mo, David, would you save us all a lot of time and read my card out for me, please?
Gladly. During lockdown, I bought a pogo stick to use as a home school teaching aid.
Right, Lee's team.
OK, so, Chris, have you got children?
Just the one.
And this was for, what, your homeschooling PE or something?
Yes. When we did homeschooling, we split up the tasks. I was in charge of PE and maths, and my wife was in charge of reading and art for obvious reasons.
And what age is your child?
During lockdown, she was 6.
And do you do anything else for PE or just pogo stick?
I'm quite a lazy guy, Lee. So I realised that when you're on a pogo stick and you're bouncing away, what you're trying to do is see how many you can do.
How many repetitions without touching the ground?
Yeah, and maths is also...
You have to touch the ground, Lee, to be fair. Otherwise it's levitating, which we still haven't mastered.
I appreciate you said it for comic effect, Rob, but you know exactly what I meant.
Well, what I tried to do is I realised that how many is also what you do often in maths. And I could consolidate all of my teaching efforts into one tidy little package of minimal effort. So I invented pogo maths.
OK.
And you just shout out some sums and they have to bounce out the answers.
But are they experienced in pogo sticking? Because it's quite hard.
Well, I mean, it does help if you can use a pogo stick first, so you have to get over that hurdle, but that's, you know...
You have to get over a hurdle as well.
I appreciate you said that for comic effect.
Thank you, Rob. I did.
We have a pogo stick.
Yeah, well, it's Chris's card. Make him do it.
I don't think the BBC's got enough money to cover the insurance on this.
Don't worry, I've got this covered, Chris. Like the card, let David do it for you.
There is a pogo stick behind you, I believe.
Oh, my gosh.
There it is. Don't do it there, and make sure you're 2 metres away from me.
Right.
Down you go. Now, Chris...
Hang on, let me have a practice go first.
He's not doing
this
it, Chris.
This is going really well, Chris. Dead easy.
Are you ready?
Yes.
What is 8 minus 5?
OK. The problem I've got now is if I bounce and fall off after, say, 2, you don't know if I'm bad at pogo or bad at maths. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Give it.
Well, this is good because you've got to get them all right if you want to do dinner tonight.
Shall I just see how many I can do?
Yeah, let's see how many you can do.
I'll try and jump up onto that. How about that? Don't do it, Lee, don't do it!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I've got no idea what's going on.
So, having experienced it...
Yes.
Do you think he's telling the truth?
What do we think?
I didn't know they still did pogo sticks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Imagine how hard you could hit the ball with a spring-mounted snooker cue. I mean,
that's a good point.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking about this story?
The more I think about it, the more I think it wouldn't work, because the white ball's going to spin back.
No. We're talking now about the maths and the pogo.
Right,
Do you reckon it's true?
I think it's true that Chris is lazy.
I'm not really blind, it just gets me out of doing things.
Listen, tell me about it, mate. I do it all the time myself. How do you think I park so close to Sainsbury's?
I think he's lying.
You think he's lying?
I think he's lying as well.
You think he's lying? We'll go with my team and say he's lying.
OK, saying it's a lie. So, Chris, maths on the pogo stick. Was it true or was it a lie?
Pogo maths, copyright, Chris McCausland, 2020. True.
Oh! Sorry.
Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. This week, each of David's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest. It's up to Lee's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Neil. So, Laura, what is Neil to you?
This is Neil, and he's the health and safety officer who I mistakenly pushed in the pool at the Love Island wrap party.
Right, Laura's wet workmate. Chris, how do you know Neil?
This is Neil, and I was once forced to stay at his house because I'd handed my own keys in to a lost property office.
Chris's sleepover saviour. And finally, David, tell us about your relationship with Neil.
David, look at him. You have never met that man in your life.
On the contrary, this is Neil, and I once sat on his shoulders to get a better look at a fat chaffinch.
So, there we have it. Lee, where do you want to start?
Laura.
Yes.
When was this?
Back in February, Cape Town.
Why is there a health and safety guy, particularly on Love Island? Was he giving out condoms?
Believe me, you need health and safety on Love Island.
OK.
But I actually had never met Neil before. I thought he was someone else.
Who did you think he was?
I thought he was Cliff.
Who's Cliff?
Cliff was my driver.
Oh, you deliberately pushed Cliff?
Yeah.
But it's not Cliff,
No.
it's Neil.
Yeah, well, Cliff is a big guy and he's got tattoos.
Oh?
And he was wearing all black because everyone was wearing, like, black T-shirts and stuff if they were a crew.
Yes.
And over the course of 6 weeks, we're pranking each other. As you do. So, like, one day he gave me, like...
Chlamydia?
That's a hell of a prank.
Silly things like put chili in your coffee and stuff.
Okay, this is your driver, Cliff.
Yeah, but like he becomes your pal because when you're over there you don't know many people.
So you see who you think is Cliff.
Well, Cliff is a tall guy with tattoos.
Yeah, and you think, I want to see Cliff.
And he was at the very edge and he was talking to one of the girls. So I thought it'd be quite funny to...
So how does Neil react?
Well, he was quite wet, so I didn't really see him. I just saw when I turned around on the other side of the pool, I saw Cliff.
Oh.
Did he take it well, or was he... I mean, he looks like he's still in a bit of a mood with you.
I don't remember there being laughing.
So it was a bit tense?
It was a bit tense, yeah.
And this is the first time you've seen him since?
I wrote him an email. I can't even remember what it said, but it was very brief. And it's actually quite awkward now.
How much of Love Island have you watched, David? I mean, is it... I'm so sorry, what?
I haven't seen that much of it. But
No, how much of it have you
seen? It's an embarrassing question to answer in the context of one of the programme makers, isn't it, Rob? And I think on some level you know that.
All right, well, that's Laura. Who would you like to quiz next?
OK, Chris. Sorry, could you remind us again, Chris?
This is Neil, and I was once forced to stay at his house because I'd handed my own keys into a lost property office.
Whereabouts is the house?
I live in the leafy royal borough of Kingston-upon-Thames.
OK.
So, which lost property office did you hand the keys to?
The Roundhouse music venue in London.
So, where did you find these keys?
Well, they were my keys.
So they were in your pocket?
Yes. We'd been to the concert.
Who were you seeing? Who were you watching?
The late, great Chris Cornell, who's sadly no longer with us.
Ah, yes. Are you familiar with his work, David?
Nope.
Do you know his work with Savage Garden?
Now you've said some
Savage
other
Garden?
words in an order.
What are they called?
Soundgarden.
What?
Soundgarden.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with his work?
Soundgarden!
Oh, that is just brilliant. It's like watching two people on Last of the Summer Wine debating grime.
Chris, who had you gone to the gig with?
So I went to the gig with Neil. Neil's a friend of mine.
How do you know Neil?
From childhood.
Oh, so is he from Liverpool as well?
Yeah.
Does he live in Kingston?
Yes.
So, coincidentally, two friends from Liverpool grew up together, now live near each other, miles away in Kingston.
Well, I wouldn't say coincidentally. I mean, we moved to the same place as each other.
OK. So, talk us through the key mix-up incident.
So I pulled out a tissue out of my pocket and I heard a set of keys land on the floor. And I thought, oh, hello, someone's dropped some keys there. I picked the keys up and I didn't recognise them as my own keys.
Why? What do your keys have on them? Like a...
Well, what had happened is I'd put a new keyring on them earlier that day and I just didn't recognise them instantly.
The new key... What was the new keyring?
It was a heavy-duty Harley-Davidson.
A whole-size bike?
So I held them up in the air and shouted, has anybody lost any keys? And nobody answered.
How come you didn't check yourself first and
Because I didn't recognise them as my keys.
But did you not think to check your pockets to see if you had your keys on you?
Well, would you check your pockets for your keys if you found keys that you didn't think were yours?
But I would have thought the first thing to do is have a feel to see if your keys are in your pocket.
If you owned a red phone and you found a blue phone on the floor, would you check your pocket to see if you still had your red phone?
That's a fair point.
So nobody claimed ownership of them, and so I asked Neil, can you go and hand these in at the lost property, because somebody's dropped them.
Yeah. Right.
And then I went home.
Right.
So I get dropped off, and then I'm having a rummage, and I'm like, I don't know where my keys are, I've lost my keys. That's a bit funny, isn't it? On the same day that I found somebody else... I see what's happened here. And then I had to phone Neil and ask him to come back and get me.
What colour was the phone? It's a lovely image, isn't it? Those two up north in Liverpool going, one day I'm gonna move away to London. And the other one going, can I come? Of course you can, Neil. You can look after the keys and I'll buy us a lovely big house.
All right. What about David?
You sat on his shoulders.
Yeah, remind us of this claim.
Yes, I once sat on his shoulders to get a better view of a fat chaffinch.
Is there a breed called the fat chaffinch?
No, this was a rotund example of the common or garden chaffinch.
What did you have to
It was sort
look
of
over?
up in a tree, and Neil was keen for me to get a good look at it.
Why?
Because I'd expressed an interest in birds. He said there was a lovely, interesting, quite fat chaffinch in this tree. And I sort of went, oh, yes, I can... Yeah. But Neil felt I could get a better look at it, and he was right. I didn't get a perfect view. I had a sort of sense of a bit of wingtip coming over the side of the... I can see it now.
Neil is literally stood there going, thank God I don't really know this man.
And I sort of climbed up, there was a bit of a gate there.
Right.
And I climbed up a bit.
Can I just interrupt you a second, David? Let's just get to the nub of the issue. How the hell do you know him?
Because I was staying with my family in a holiday cottage in Cornwall, let's say. Yes, Cornwall. And he lived in a nearby cottage. And one morning... It was a lovely...
One morning he said, hello, young David, who I've never met before. Have you ever seen a chaffinch?
Yeah.
How old were you?
It was last year, so I was...
Last year, you got on his shoulders. I just assumed it was from your childhood.
I mean, no. This is current me, and what I am asking you to believe is that Neil is strong enough to bear the weight of me for a few brief moments while I enjoy the miracle of nature.
But why is he there?
Well, he lives near there, and he happened to be there.
Just happened to be,
he happened to be
in
there.
the garden?
I don't know.
Was he in the
happened
garden?
to be there. For all I know, he'd been waiting there all night.
Right.
So I assumed we'd just encountered each other.
Is this in the back garden?
No, a little gravelly area
At the
outside
front?
both cottages.
Yeah.
Casual chat.
Yeah.
Lovely to be here.
Yeah.
And he says there's an interesting fat chaffinch.
Let's not forget, you said you were on gravel, so if this went wrong... It would, as somebody who has fallen from a height, gravel's not what you want. You want a flower bed.
I wasn't in a position to ask for the ground to be relaid.
How did you get on? I don't mean, we went out for tea and how did you get on his shoulders?
Up the gate.
Oh, you said you got on the gate, stepped on his shoulder. How long were you up there for?
No more than an hour.
An hour?
For the bird watchers, paint a picture of the chaffinch.
It's sort of pinky front.
Pinky front.
A browny back.
Browny back.
Yeah.
And, beak and eyes.
So evocative.
Back to you in the Springwood studio.
All right, we need an answer. So, is Neil Laura's wet workmate, Chris's sleepover saviour, or David's bird-watching buddy?
I have to say, first impressions are that Neil and Chris look about the same age. But the bit that I'm doubting is he heard the keys drop and he's just taken something out of his pocket.
I mean, if you drop keys, you know you've dropped keys, surely.
There were literally thousands of people coming out of this building creating noise and mayhem.
There's a lot of Savage
There's
Garden
a lot
fans.
of stuff going on.
Go on, what do you think?
I think Laura's telling the truth.
You think Laura's telling the truth?
Yeah.
Why?
The tension was there.
You think there's a tension?
Yeah, there was an awkwardness.
OK, well, go with my team and say Laura.
You think it's Laura? Neil, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Neil, and Chris had to stay at mine after handing his little keys into lost property.
Yes, Neil is Chris's sleepover saviour. Thank you very much, Neil.
OK, they offered me this in Braille, but as blind people go, I'm pretty rubbish and I can't read any of that nonsense. So, Lee, will you please do me the honours and read what is on that card?
I certainly will. For a whole month, I thought my neighbour was ignoring me, and he thought I was ignoring him, until he found out I was blind, and I found out he was deaf.
David's team.
So, he's your next-door neighbour, is that right?
Do you need me to read it again?
He's my neighbour, David.
Right.
There's 3 flats. I live in the middle, and he lives on the bottom.
And who lives upstairs?
A policeman.
And
he can't speak.
So you thought he was being standoffish?
I thought he was being the rudest person that I've ever met. I was there, for example, on the day that he moved in, and I said hello to him, and he completely ignored me.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe he went...
Well, I don't know what you're doing, and... Gabby, you have perfectly highlighted exactly what probably happened.
So, he's deaf?
Yes.
But he can see?
Yeah, otherwise he'd be in real trouble, really.
Just because, wouldn't he see you saying hello to him?
Over the course of a month, there were separate incidents where we each thought the other was being rude. So, the first time that he was moving in, he was carrying boxes into the house, and I was halfway up the stairs. I shouted hello to him, and he never said anything back to me. And I thought, that's a bit rude,
And
isn't
you
it?
knew he was there just through hearing. You heard the sound, and you knew,
I mean,
that'll be the new bloke arriving.
Contrary to popular belief, deaf people do make a noise. But other occasions, I would be outside, like, doing something with the car. I like packing the car, unpacking the car, maybe doing
Not driving the car.
No, me wife has to do that for entirely legal reasons, Rob. I reckon I could probably do the motorways if they had them things off the bowling alley down the side. A number of times, he'd come back to the flat and he'd, like, waved and smiled at me, and I'd not known he was there and completely blanked him. And then I'd heard him walk past, and I'd shouted hello to him, but I was talking to his back then, and he never answered me. And this went on for quite a while, really.
How did it resolve itself? Yeah. Did the policeman intervene and sort it out?
I called the police, and he came down. And then I had a hunch. I guessed that was the only possible, plausible option.
I'm exactly like that with my audiences when they're not laughing.
I actually bumped into his mum, who was visiting, and I said, like, he's deaf, isn't he? And she said, yeah.
That's a bold opening gambit.
We have each other's mobile numbers now, and so we're able to
Hang on,
send...
let me think about this for a second. How does he answer the phone?
We have text messages, Lee.
Right, you know the next question, don't you?
So... My phone talks, it reads everything out, and if... I mean, just to give you an insight, even the emojis, if you use an emoji, it tells you what the emoji is. And the smiley face, the main smiley face, specifically for blind people, that one is called smiling face with normal eyes. I don't know if I'm expected to use the smiling face with sunglasses, but it turns out as well, which took me by surprise, that he's Australian, which you associate it with the accent, don't you? But, like, he's just Australian in his head.
This is becoming odd.
I mean, if any of this is offensive, they don't have to put it on the subtitles.
John, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking, I don't know, I don't believe it. I don't
You
believe
think
it.
he made that up?
What do you think, Gabby?
There's lots about it that I don't think is true.
I believe it. I believe it, but
You believe it, they don't.
No, I'm not.
I'm not going to overrule my team, though.
No, you haven't got the strength of character.
I do.
I don't feel strong enough about it to overrule.
No, I mean, it is plausible, it is plausible.
OK, we're going to say true.
Right, they're saying it's true. Chris, truth or lie?
It is 100% true.